and Bhagavata Dharma. The subject of today's discourse is Yeva Dharma and Bhagavata Dharma. You know, wherever there is Dharma, there is some rule. An object may be animate, it may be inanimate, it may be human, it may be animal, but everything will have to follow a certain Dharma. Nobody, no entity can go beyond the jurisdiction of Dharma. Oxygen follows a certain Dharma. Gold is guided by a certain Dharma. A cow is guided by a certain Dharma. A human is also guided by a certain Dharma. And what is Dharma? You see, in the greater sense, Dharma means Bhagavata Dharma, and that is the Dharma to be followed by humankind. What is the root meaning of Dharma? The root verb dri plus the suffix man equal Dharma. Dharma means holding entity, controlling entity. Dharma means svabhava, characteristic property. Driyate dharma ityahu saeva paramaha prabhu. The holding entity, the containing entity, the controlling entity is Dharma. So for each and every living being, Dharma is the Supreme Lord. You will have to follow the dictates of Dharma. You see, the order of Dharma, the dictates of Dharma are above all. Suppose a physician says, as a human you require animal protein for your health, but suppose Dharma says, no, a human should not take carnal food. Then in that case you will have to follow Dharma, not the physician, because the order of Dharma is above all other orders. Dharma is the highest Lord, the highest authority. As a human you require animal protein for you. Suppose Dharma says, no, a human should not take carnal food. Then in that case you will have to follow Dharma and not the physician, because the order of Dharma is above all others. Dharma is the highest Lord, the highest authority. Sukham vanshati sarvohi tacha dharma samud bhutaha tasma dharma sarakaryaha sarva varnaya prayatnataha. All living beings long for happiness. Dharma originates from that innate propensity. Hence Dharma should always be observed meticulously by all people, you know. So far as people's mental condition is concerned, one person is a Shudra, another person is a Vaishya, another a Kshatriya, another a Vipra, and still another a Sarvipra. People are classified as above according to their mental fitness, not according to complexion or birth. It has been clearly stated by Lord Krishna that Varna, mental color, psychological type, is decided not according to birth, but according to action and attribution. Shatur Varnyam Maya Srishtam Guna Karma Vibhagashaha. According to Guna and Karma, attribution and action, it is decided. Everybody wants happiness, and this desire for happiness has enabled humans to come in contact with Dharma and to discover Dharma. They have not invented Dharma, they have only discovered it, because Dharma was there before the creation of the human being. Humans cannot invent it, humans can only discover it. Its presence maybe was unknown to humans in the beginning. Tasma Dharma Sarakarya Sarva Varnaya Prayatnataha. So for all Varnas, whether a person is mentally a Shudra, or a Vaishya, or a Kshatriya, or a Vipra, Dharma is a must. Now Bhagavan Krishna says, Sarva Dharman Parit Yaja Mamekam Sharanam Braja Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Moksha Yishyami Mashu Shaha. Set aside all other dharmas and take shelter in me alone. I will save you from all sin. Have no fear about that. What do the words Sarva Dharman, all dharmas, denote? Just now it has been said that each and every entity has its peculiar dharma. It will have to follow that dharma. Now, so far as this expressed world is concerned, we may divide dharma into three broad categories. One may be termed Vastu Dharma, It is a dharma that belongs to all created beings, animate or inanimate, oxygen or monkey. According to this Vastu dharma, you have to keep a particular gas or particular medicine under certain climatic conditions. Otherwise it will be destroyed. You will have to follow that rule. The substance will be produced at a certain temperature, and it will be used at a certain temperature. It will be found not everywhere, but only in certain environments. These conditions are all part of Vastu Dharma. At a particular temperature, iron will become liquid. At a particular temperature, iron will turn into gas. These things are all part of Vastu Dharma. The second category is Yaiva Dharma, the Dharma for living beings and elevated objects. They are to take food, they are to see, they are to die, and they are to maintain their families. These things are all part of Yaiva Dharma. For this Yaiva Dharma, they are to follow certain codes. It has already been explained that Vastu Dharma also has certain codes, which scientists know and which are dealt with in books on physics and chemistry. If one doesn't follow those codes, one will not be able to utilize those Vastus material objects. You know the Dharma of electricity, so you have to follow certain codes if you want to utilize electricity. You cannot go beyond those codes. You may say that those codes are Vastu Shastra. Physics is a Vastu Shastra. Chemistry also is a Vastu Shastra. Similarly with Yaiva Dharma, you have to follow certain Shastras. You cannot go beyond the codes of those Shastras, scriptures. What is a Shastra? Shasanat tarayet yastu saha shastraha parikititaha. That which controls the society by Shasana is a Shastra. Shasana has so many meanings. Actually, Shasana means to control and to impose. The codes of discipline. Do this, don't do this. To prescribe these do's and don'ts of life is the duty of Shastra. And why does the Shastra prescribe those things? For salvation and liberation. Shastras prescribe these do's and don'ts of life. Then there is Bhagavata Dharma, third category. This Bhagavata Dharma is Manava Dharma, human Dharma. There is no difference between Bhagavata Dharma and Manava Dharma. Human beings are to follow Yaiva Dharma for their physical maintenance and for a certain portion of their psychic elevation, and beyond the scope of this Yaiva Dharma, they are to follow Bhagavata Dharma, Manava Dharma. This is the actual Dharma, the true spirit of the term Dharma is in it. Ahara Nidra Bhaja Paitulansha Samanya Mitad Pashubir Naranam Dharmuhiti Shamari Kuvishi Shaha Dharmena Hinaha Pashubi Samanaha. Food, sleep, fear, procreation, these are the common properties of humans and animals. But humans possesses an special Dharma, Bhagavata Dharma, in the absence of which they are as bad as animals. This Bhagavata Dharma differentiates a human being from a beast. A human being who does not follow Bhagavata Dharma is a beast. That is, in the above shloka it has been said that he or she is a beast. But I say that he or she is worse than a beast, because the beast does not know what to do and what not to do. But a human being knows what to do and what not to do. So if a human does not follow the codes of Bhagavata Dharma, that person is worse than an animal. Not Pashubihi Samanaha, the same as an animal, but worse than an animal. Now, since this Bhagavata Dharma is a must for all human beings, a human being should follow the doctrine of Bhagavata Dharma from his or her very childhood. There should be maximum utilization of his or her human existence, human caliber, human mind, and human spirit. Dhruva says, Dharman Bhagavata Niha Nulabam Manusham Yanma Tarapya Dhruva Martalam Dhruva says, that is, a person should follow this Bhagavata Dharma here in this world. The word Iha means here in this world. One should follow Bhagavata Dharma from one's very childhood, because human life is rare and is very precious. Even the Devatas in the literal sense are the vibrational expressions emanating from the macrocosm. Figuratively they are gods and goddesses, who in mythology crave human birth. The author also sometimes used the word in a poetic way to denote Devayonis, or luminous bodies, beings whose bodies have no solid factor or liquid factor. Even if they want to do something good or great, will have to come in human frame to work. Even the Devatas, if they want to do something good or great, will have to come in human frame to work. A Devata as Devata cannot do anything good. The Devata requires a human framework. So human life is very precious, very rare. And such life is still more rare, still more precious. If it has become successful by dint of Bhagavata Dharma or by dint of sadhana, so wise person should get initiated and should start sadhana in his or her very childhood, or Kaumara. Lord Krishna gave the above sermon, Sarva Dharman, in the Bhagavad Gita. And why the name Bhagavad Gita? Because it has been expressed by Bhagavan. Ya Bhagavata Gita Sa Gita. That which has been sung by Bhagavan is Gita. Gai plus Kta, Striyam, feminine gender. Ta, the root verb Gai, means to sing. Kta means done. That is, the word means sung. Striyam Ta makes it feminine. Gita and the derivation of the word Bhagavata is Bhaga plus Matup equals Bhagavata. What is Bhagavan? Bhaga plus the Matup suffix in the nominative case becomes Bhagavan. The word is Bhagavata, but in the nominative case Bhagavan. What is the meaning of Bhaga? In Sanskrit, Bhaga has many meanings, but two of the meanings are important. One meaning is fortune, and the other meaning is the collection of 6 attributes. From Bhaga, we say Bhagya, or fortune. In Vedic Sanskrit, fortune was expressed as Bhagadara. Dara means holder, and Bhaga means fortune. The Bhagadara of Old Sanskrit become Bahadara in Old Persian. From Bahadara it became Bahadar in Punjabi, Bahadar in Urdu, and Bahadur in Hindi. But the actual word is Bhagadara. It means fortunate. Now the other meaning of the word Bhagya is Aishwaryansha Samagram Viryamsha Yashashaha Shriyaha Jnana Vairagyansha Sanam Bhaga iti Spritaha. Bhaga is a collection of 6 attributes: Aishwarya, Virya, Yasha, Shri, Jnana and Vairagya. Bhaga is a collection of 6 attributes. Number 1 is, in turn, a collection of all the occult powers: Anima, Lagima, Mahima, Ishitva, Vashitva, etc. Number 2, Viryam denotes command. Bhagavan should have command over the general public, because he is to guide them. That is why he should have command over them. In Urdu, command is hukumat. And there is another word, yasha. It means reputation. One should remember here, reputation has been used both in the extremely positive and in the extremely negative sense. There is positive reputation and there is also negative reputation. Lord Shiva came to this world about 7,000 years ago. Even now there are many who are his admirers. There are many others who are his opponents. The Iyengar in South India would say, "Oh, Lord Shiva was great." The Iyengars would say, "No, Lord Shiva was not great. Lord Krishna came about 3,500 years ago." Even now you will see there are so many admirers and so many opponents of Krishna. That is, when Taraka Brahma comes, the entire intellect of the world gets polarized. One North Pole, another South Pole, one admirer, another opponent. They were the Gopa Balakas, cowherds of Vrindavana, who loved Krishna very much, and they were Kansha, Putana, Rakshashi, Bakashur, Agashur, who were his deadly enemies. So during Krishna's time there was polarization. Now let the word Shri be defined and explained. What is the meaning of the word Shri? It means attraction or charm. Sha plus Ra minus E equals Shri. In very old Vedic language there was only one Sa, Dantya Sa, dentalus, and that was pronounced by touching the teeth from inside. But from the Dravidians, old inhabitants of India, the Aryans who came from Central Asia learned the use of Talavya Sha, palatal S, and Murdanya Sa, cerebral S. Dantya Sa is the acoustic root of the sentient principle or Sattvaguna, that is, it is the Bidya mantra of Sattvaguna. Talavya Sha is the acoustic root of the mutative principle, that is Rajaguna. It is the Bidya mantra of Rajaguna. Murdanya Sha is the acoustic root of the static principle. It is the Bidya mantra of Tamaguna. Now Ra is the acoustic root of energy. Remember, when a binding principle functions within the arena of matter, then it is known as energy, otherwise it is to be known as principle. A guna becomes balam, energy, when functioning within the scope of matter. It, balam, cannot function without matter, and the suffix e makes this word feminine. So the entity that has the charm of the mutative principle and the activating faculty of energy is Shri. Actually, Shri means attraction, charm, rather attraction and stamina. And what is the meaning of Jnanam? It means the subjectivization of external objectivity. When the external objectivity is subjectivized by you, then you have acquired Jnanam of that entity, of that object. But for this subjectivization, there should be three entities: the knowing entity, the subject, the known entity, the object, and the activating faculty that connects subject with object. So for Jnanam, three entities are prerequisites: the knower, the known, and the activating faculty.